again, friends. Thank you for joining Storytime with Miss Cat today. And the storybook that we have is called The Trouble with Trolls. And that is by Jan Brett, and she does the art and the story for this book. And she has a lot of books, so I would definitely recommend to check her stuff out because it's very, very good and very fun. And before I get started, I do want to thank Jan Brett, the author and illustrator, and also the publishers for letting us use their work during these unprecedented times. All right. Let's see. My name is Trevor, and I have had trouble with trolls. Has anyone out there had trouble with trolls? Oh, really? I like the movie Trolls, but I think these trolls might be different. Yeah, let's see. It all happened one day in the early spring when I decided to visit my cousin on the other side of Mount Baldy. It takes all morning to climb up the mountain, but then I fly down the other side on my skis. My dog Tuffy and I walk up the path until we reach the place where the last of the old trees stood. And that's where my trouble with trolls began. Look. And you can see below the trees, the trolls are getting ready. Yeah, let's see. As I walked through the trees, something scuttled by. Tuffy ran after it. I heard a "Help!" And there was Tuffy, caught tight in the arms of a troll. I was certain that's what he was, with his long furry tail, big ears, and one gold earring. The troll squealed and growled, "I want dog!" He waggled his ears back and forth. Can you waggle your ears? I don't think I can. See. Kind of. And then I had an idea. Maybe I could trick this greedy troll. And I reached up and warmed my ears as if I couldn't do without my mittens. The troll's eyes darted back and forth from Tuffy to my mittens. He had to have them. He dropped Tuffy, grabbed my mittens, and ran off. Whew. All right. Tuffy is safe once again. I was so pleased about tricking the troll that I didn't notice that Tuffy was missing again, until I came face to face with a second troll. This one was rocking with glee, its nose buried in Tuffy's warm fur. "I got dog," he boasted. Oh no. I shrugged. "Oh, you can have the dog," I said. "Just don't take my favorite pom-pom hat." I fluffed it up and dusted my nose with it. The troll's eyes lit up. He snatched the hat and scurried away as fast as he could. That's pretty silly. I don't think I've ever worn a hat like that. That's not how you wear hats, right? What a morning. I had lived on Mount Baldy my whole life, and I never heard of anyone ever seeing a troll. It was time to take steps. "Tuffy," I ordered, "from now on, you follow me." What I didn't know is that there was a third troll sneaking up behind us until I heard a noise. Another troll? What'll happen, do you think? Whoop! This troll had grabbed Tuffy by the tail and was pointing to a big pot. "Pull! Pull!" she cried. "Phew," I said. Oh, I slipped off my sweater when she wasn't looking. "Phew," I said. "That leaves my special puller." I put a rock down the neck of my sweater and pulled it by the arms to show how it worked. Trolls are dim, but this one was smart enough to see that my sweater was just the thing to drag her pot. She scampered away with it, and Tuffy and I listened to the bong, bong, bong of the pot bouncing down the mountain. That's pretty clever. Now we could see the top of Mount Baldy. What a relief. What we didn't know is that we were walking towards double trouble. As Tuffy and I squeezed between two boulders, twin trolls jumped out. "Ha ha!" they bellowed together and pounced on Tuffy. This time, I was ready. I saw their pointy little heads and knew just what to do. Off came my boots. I dangled them in the air. Imagine wanting a dog and ignoring these. Instantly, the twin trolls dropped Tuffy and leaped for my boots. All right. As they disappeared into the distance, I looked down at Tuffy. The top of the mountain was close. "I am not taking any chances. I'm going to carry you the rest of the way." Each step was hard. I held Tuffy tightly and kept going. When we reached the top, though, all 5 trolls were waiting. Oh no. Let's see what happens. "We want dog!" they bellowed and ran towards us. In the scuffle, they got Tuffy away from me. I closed my eyes to keep back the tears. Then I knew what to do. I reached around and unbuckled my skis. I held them so the sun would sparkle on their shiny paint. I shook them so the trolls could hear their tiny bells. I waved them through the air, making the swoosh, swoosh sound. Finally, I whispered, as if it was a big secret, "I can fly with these." All right. Oh, look at poor Tuffy. "Fly!" the trolls roared. "How fly?" I picked up my ski poles. I blew on my hands to warm them. "I'll need my mittens to show you." The troll with the big ears threw my mittens over. "I can't fly unless I can see," I said reluctantly. "I'll need my hat to keep the wind from blowing my hair into my eyes." The troll with the long nose tossed me my pom-pom hat. "Look," I said, shivering in the wind. "Flying is easy, but I can't do it without my sweater, and that's final." The other trolls stared at the troll with my sweater. She hesitated, but then gave it to me. I put it on and positioned my skis in the snow. But even the trolls could see that my feet wouldn't fit into these bindings. "I really need those boots," I said reassuringly to the twins. Now I had everything. My mittens, my hat, my sweater, my boots. I stood at the top of Mount Baldy, ready to go. I held a piece of yarn high in the air to test the wind for flying. It was too much for the greedy trolls. "Fly, fly, fly!" they clamored. "I need you to push me." "Can't push," they cried. "Hold dog." "Okay," I sighed. "I'll hold the dog." The trolls gave me one giant push. "Fly, fly, fly!" they shouted at me. As we flew down the mountain, I could hear the trolls' cries change to wails of, "Dog! Dog! Dog!" As I looked back, all I could see was the pile of trolls shoving and pushing each other furiously around in the snow, arms flying and heads bumping. Tuffy and I made it safely down the mountain, and the trolls had never been seen again. But if you travel to the top of Mount Baldy in early spring, you can see the white cotton grass waving wildly in the wind. It's all that's left from the day that I had trouble with trolls. The end. Thank you so much again for coming, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Good night.